Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Blades, and this is the exploration number 15. Only one more to go. Wow. Let's explore. What kind of condition did we leave this in? Yes, I think we left probably just before I got it all running. So let's get this running, shall we? Server build. Error, error, error. And if you get something like this where system cannot find the file specified, it usually means this. So it's that it can't find. And it can't find that because I updated my Qt. Ah, bless. I'm not on 2 anymore, I'm on 3. Thank you. 12.3 I'm on. So client, bat. 12.3. Let's change them all over, shall we? Is there anything else in here? Client server dependencies, nope. C++ has a bat. 12.3. Lovely. Alright, we're all up to date with that then. So that's everything changed. Lovely, let's get back to the server. And this will it build? It should, but... yeah. Good. This is what I wanted to see, comparison warnings again. Now, I have talked about them in the past, and I haven't shown you how really to fix them. Don't make them in the first place is the answer. In this case, network CPP 250. Okay, let's go there. Network. CPP 250, that line there. Count is an unsigned int. That is an int. And that's what it's complaining, well, not complaining, yes, complaining about. It's having a bit of a whinge. Now, I could put one answer is to do this, which is static cast int, open brackets, count. What that tells the processor is, one, to stop the warning, because we actually mean to do it. So that would now be an int to an int. Is that really the solution? No. Oh, nice coffee. So, let's not do that. Unsigned int? Well, I have to have it as an unsigned int because we're looking at that size. So, what is MID? MID is a user ID. Can that ever be negative? No. You can't have a minus identification. You can have a unique user ID, a UUID, which this really should be. But let's go and have a look at that, shall we? System, server system.h. Why not do this? Makes more sense, doesn't it? Now, if I try and build now, it won't mean anything because all we've done is we've changed the header file and it's against a warning. So that's no good to us. It won't tell us if we've passed or not. So what I'm going to have to do is open a terminal, and I'm just going to have to do a make clean. We have to clean it all up. If you are only making header file changes or you are correcting warnings, do a make clean before you try to build. Otherwise, you won't know if you succeeded or not. Because most make systems nowadays use compilation thingies and things like stashes. QMake stash here to record what it's already processed and if it needs to process them again, just to speed up the build process. This removes everything from, well, not necessarily the stash, but from that memory, as it were, because now it's got nothing there. So that's done. Kill, kill. Let's get rid of the purple. Run the build task. And now you'll see it'll rebuild absolutely everything. Good. And no purple. Will it run? Yeah. But we need to do a lot of work on this before we get it to run. We need to take out all of the unnecessary stupidity that I've put in. Not because you need to, but because you should. I mean, it'll run, but it'll give a lot of gobbledygook out, I would have thought. So let's go back to the top and do our run check, as I call it. First of all, these \n's, are they needed? No. In fact, all they are doing is adding an amount of data to be transferred and slowing everything down. Remove. So every one of those \n's we are going to take out. That's the first thing. I'm also going to probably put a few test printouts in as well. Yes, I think I will. So, free sockets, yep, that's okay. Initialization of network. I could put a comment in there. Not really needed. Nope, everything looks good there. That's straightforward. New connection. We got update. We don't have an update. Why don't we have an update? We haven't initialized, so we should have an update. You see? I haven't even done that. Bool. Update. Network. Standard, really? I don't know. We're going to need that, otherwise we can't shut down. So that's that done. Let's just pop it in. Yeah, we'll pop it in here. That'll do. There we go. And it's network, isn't it? Make it a member. Update network. Yeah, that's right. Pardon? Oh, gosh, what have I done now? What have I done wrong? There we go. Right. What's this going to be? A massive thing where we update the whole network? Of course it is. How's about just returning M is connected? That's a good enough update for me. New connections. Let's get on with it. Accept. Server, server, server. Another \n there that we can get rid of. But we were using those, weren't we, to check how long the length of a thingy was as it was coming in for receiving. Yeah, okay, fine. Sort that out as we go. So that's a new connection. Okay, just pop in here then. What can we pop in? Printf. We will printf new connection, and that will be current ID %d and the buffer %s. We have to do it here because we're about to change the current ID. So that will be m_current ID and mbuffer. There we go. That's after ascend, isn't it? It's not going to work. It's going to give us a blank buffer. Can't put it there. Put it here then. Okay. There we go. Just so it's noticeable, very noticeable. Printf, blah, 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 blah. Now we do need that, \n. That's just a printout, straightforward printout. Okay, that's one test piece done. Sorry, I'm going to modify send, so if I'd put it there, it wouldn't have worked. Else, the server is at max users. Yeah, okay. Refuse connection. Fine. Timeout. Right. Okay, yeah. So we'll do the same thing again. Really keep me printf's gonna. Nah. I just looked at it and thought, nah. So printf. Here we go. What should we say here? Disconnected client, and it's just %d, isn't it? Comma m client. We'll just use whatever he's got there. But it'll be deleted by the time it gets to us. So yeah, I'll cheat. Because it's a test, I'll cheat. I'll just use that. I shouldn't. Don't tell anybody. Will that give us the right information? Yes. Yes, it will. Undoubtedly. Honest. Oh, we do have update network. Oh. I didn't realise. My bad. Oh, good. We don't need that then. Fantastic. See, I'm well ahead of the game on this one. I don't even know what I'm doing. Didn't see it. Typical of me. Blind as a bat. Really should check these things, shouldn't I? Okay, timeout. Yeah, we've got a printout for that, for a test. Update the network. Send data. Can we get rid of that? Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Actually using the right variables, that's good. Send client to client. Ah, wait a minute, send data. Yeah. Client to client. We're missing a %d. How are they going to know who it's from? I'll think about that. There is really, that's going to be a command. It's going to go to that client. But it'll be a const-char star data, so we could put it in the data. Could. But should we? We should need a from client here. From which client? Who's it from? Interesting. So there should be two client IDs there. Really? Yeah. I'll put it as from ID to ID. So we'll change that from client ID to ID. And then we'll have here to ID. I'll need another %D, won't I? Yeah. See, it's easy to work with. And then it's a comma. So let's just repeat that line. And that's from. That makes more sense to me anyway. If it makes more sense to you, then do it that way. And that's send client to client. There we go. Can change that. Not a problem. Where are we getting our client from in send data then? If to ID is connected, send to ID. Thank you. Oh, that's a broadcast. I remember now, yes. Broadcasting. Yes. That's okay. Receive data. Right, there's going to be one command that's going to mess you up. And it's going to mess you up big time if you're not careful. So let's do this properly. So if command is equal to, I'll just put in command, this is going to really mess up by the way, command ::, really it's going to be that one, client disconnected. I'm going to use that one for now as our termination. Then M is connected. We'll use that to terminate the program. Connected equals false. And break. Get out of here. And that I'm going to wrap up for testing. I'm going to put that in a for testing thingy. Because in reality you don't want your server to stop when your client disconnects. That has to be taken out for the final version. So anything that says testing gets taken out once this is complete, which is hopefully today. Network server command buffer. Yeah, okay, private disconnect. We've already got a message. So again, for testing, this if statement. Can't have it in for testing. Removed for testing only. Because if we do, it's not going to tell our client that we're shutting down. We won't get the message. It'll skip us. So we're happy with everything there. We're taking that silly thingy out. And then we send. Delete, 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 erase. User connected minus minus. Don't really mind. You see, you could use user minus minus. If that equals 0, then shut down. But no, you can't. I can't do it that way for testing. We need to be in control of it. And that would not be a good idea for the final program either. Okay, so we are going to send data now. When we send data, everything is hunky-dory. Is it? No. Because after we've sent the data still exists. And it still exists in mbuffer. So this is a memset here. And it's going to be m_buffer. It's going to be 0. And it's going to be for buffer size. Like that. And when we receive, actually before we do that, can we put test in? And that's going to be a print f, and that's just going to be send. What we're going to do, just %s will do. The reason why I'm not, what? Oh right, yeah. Reason why I'm not mem setting data is because data dies at that bracket. That gets reset automatically by the function, whereas mbuffer is global and will still contain the information. So we do have to be careful, really. Actually, I could have used that. Never mind. Yeah, okay, we can do that at the end. Before it gets killed, because we're not using the same thing. So that's the actual program. And I just want to put a test at the end, that's all. Now, when we're receiving, we want to do it the other way around. We want to clear the buffer before we receive. And we are using mbuffer this time directly. So it's just one of those things. So it's just that line repeated again. So we just want to double check that we are clear. Don't like using it, takes a bit of time, but safer. Absolutely safer. Okay, here, after the while loop, we'll put our last test in. No, we won't. We'll take that -1 off now. We're taking all the ends out. That goes to a 0 instead. Yeah, it's that simple. Just saves a load of memory. And putting out things that, you know, aren't needed. So, how's your week been? Has it been good? Yeah, my week's been good. I got absolutely mullered in, what was it? Last Friday. That was funny. That was so funny. A place called Bedlam in Ultimate Online. Oh my god, it was so funny. I was struggling to keep myself together. I really was. I was going to start, cracking up any minute. Very funny. Receive. If you haven't seen anything like that, just go and check out the playlist. Chilling Out with Blades. The Ultimate Online. Which one was it? Stream 3. Receive, and we'll just put %s again. It will contain all the information. I do want the backslash in it. All the printfs, come on. Those just printouts to the screen. Come on, do it properly. Comma, and that's mbuffer. So yeah, some quite major alterations there that matter. I mean, we should really do that on the client side, and we will be doing, don't worry. So let's see if we can do this properly now. These are proper alterations, so I'm going to split those down properly. They're staying, as it were. That's correct. It's here. I remembered it as we were doing the doing the last episode, and I didn't want to put it into that episode because it would have confused everything, so I didn't. Do we have too many spaces here? We do. Okay. No, it was right. Never mind. Lovely, lovely. That breaks a rule now. That breaks one of my rules. Can't do it like that. Sorry, it breaks one of my home rules. Not C++ rules. I always initialize my variables first. Then I'll do it. Lovely. It's so if I'm missing a variable, I know where to look. At the top of the function. Okay, so we've got some printfs. We've got everything nicely printfing and testing. Yeah. There we go. All to be deleted after. Well, I'll be deleting them after this episode anyway. That'll be going back in. Yeah. Everything's fine. All of the testing stuff will come out. I'm actually quite happy with that. That looks reasonable. So that's quite a lot of alterations. There you go, that's all it does. It'll just sit there and sit there and sit there until something connects. We can't close it because to close it we have to connect and AFK. Yeah, simple as that. That's how we're going to close the program. So that will be our server. Sorted. No, I don't want Google. Google's gone all funny on me today. Repos, programming, explore server, debug. We have a server there. Yep, we have a window. Don't need you anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start the server by typing in that /server.exe because I'm in PowerShell and it's darn weird. There we go. Server's up and running. Put it off to one side. We don't need it anymore. Now what we do need, get rid of all that. Get rid of all of that. Okay. And this is E15. E hash 15 server test setup. Build, make file. Yeah, okay. Plus the lot. Click. Send. Let's get rid of those. Thank you. Why have I still got 6 left? Let's put plus on there, didn't I? What's going on? Changes. Thank you. Go on. Thank you. Cleared all my changes. Right. So, let's start with here. Anywhere that says server, just put in client. Because that's who we're going to be working with from now on. The server's finished. For a bit. It's a client we have to get working. The client's the difficult side. The server isn't. The server's dead easy. That's done. Launch JSON. So, server. Get rid of note. Yep, we're good there. I think that's all there is there. Task JSON server. There we go. So everything is now building on the client. Lovely. Now, to make the client work, what do we need? We need system commands would help. Let's build a client. So we've got user accept. That's good. So I'll put user accept up. Let's make the files first. So who do we need? System commands, that's better. Nope, we don't need those. Client system. Yep, that'll do. There we go. And I'll have this side, and what I want to do is just go to network commands and start making new files. Accept user, we've got. How's about server full .h? No, because obviously once we've done them here, we just copy them over to server once we've proved they work. It's very easy doing this kind of thing. No, I'll just do a load of new files first. Server shut down. .h. Oh, excuse me. Client connected. .h, there we go. Let's see, new file, client disconnected. .h, there we go. Lovely, lovely jabblies. And that went in network interface. Or someplace. You come back to me. Where's it? Dear bear, I can't see a damn thing. Client disconnected. Move to there. Move. Thank you. Client disconnected. Client data we need. Won't take long to do these, don't worry. .h. Thank you. Oh, Godfathers. What is wrong with you today? Move. New file. And client. .h. So we should have them all now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right, because we have network commands as well. That one, which is going to be hash include. Serverful. Hash include. We have one extra, so we can include them all. Server shutdown. Hash include. Next one is client connected. Hash include. And the next one is client disconnected. That one. Nice and easy, nothing really to see. I mean, there's not really much programming going on here. We're just filling out the system, really, when you think about it. Client data and client. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's correct. There we go. Isn't that lovely? What I'm going to do is get the one that we've done, this one, very carefully, do it correctly. Copy. So that's user accept done. This is client. So that is client. And that is client. So it's just the class and the constructor to change on each one. So there you go, that's that one done. Client data. And client data. How to make commands the easy way. This one is client disconnected. And this one is client disconnected. There we are. Lovely. Client connected. I mean, it's... oh gosh. I need orange juice. It's alright, you lot go ahead and finish the rest off, don't worry. Oh god, that's hard to open. Hurt my fingers now. He says pouring orange juice all over his keyboard. Yay! Go on, Blades, you've got to do it right. Disaster. Sticky keys. I'm not allowed to say that, am I? No. Don't think I am. Okay. Client connected. I don't mind if you like type ahead. I know I'm slow, don't worry. Server shut down. Let's pop this one in. Do you think it was going to be this easy to do with clients and, I mean, a full system, client and server, that match up? Because afterwards, all I'm going to do is copy all of these system commands into our network, the server, and I'm going to update the parts of the server that I update in the clients here for testing. It's pretty obvious what I'm going to do, so you don't need any rocket science. It's just this is what programming is really about. It's about repetitive. I'm not sure how to put it. It's not. It's. I have an empty mind syndrome. You may have guessed by now because of my scatterbrainness. And for me, it's easy to do because my mind's empty anyway. And that's why I'm so open to new ideas and being able to program in any way, shape or form that I like. I mean, how to program is easy. It's input in, process, output out. That's it. That's a program. Every single program in the world is on that design. And as long as you have that in mind, then you're fine, usually. Have I run out? I have. Oh, okay. Right, so that's them updated. Should really keep it open, shouldn't I? That one. Yeah. Think we will. I will. Yeah, we will update it. We will do that. Of course I can. Right, client application. No, I'm not ready for you yet. System commands. Not ready for you yet. System H. Oh, yes, I'm ready for you. I'll have a few server shutdowns, please. So I've got 3 there. Copy. These don't have to be in the same order, by the way, as these. Just as a thought. It's just that that's the way it just happens to be. Oh, you're joking me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it's that one there. So server shut down becomes client connected. Okay. Client connected. There we go. Yeah, that'll do. Client disconnected. Or whatever you called it. I don't know. Or whatever you want to call it. That's that one done. Client data. I mean, this is 99% of most programming is just repeating stuff you've done before. Client, client. I'm putting it in full. Client to client. At long last. Because I can. That's alright, they're all printfs. That's all for the testing. So we get some output. So every time this is done, we don't have our const char star datas. Good point. better pop those in to make sure they all work. Might help. I also want to just alter the output as well. So I'll bring you back in a minute. I want to put in accessed, because that is what it's a system command that's been accessed. Yeah, all the way up to the end. Actually, yeah, we can just take it from to the end, can't we? So from where it says blah 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 blah, server full to the end, V. Yeah, that'll do. No, don't do that. Whoa. Nearly. V. So we want the space, don't we? Oops. Anything else I want? This is system commands. I want to know what's being accessed. I'm not bothered by who, because we're not detecting it. Now these will read properly to me as an output. Yeah, that'll be a better output, I think. We've got one data that's having trouble. Is undefined. Is it? How? How is that undefined then? Come on, you tell me. Grief. It's undefined because I've missed it out on one bracket. That's why. I don't know. Blades. Get with it. So, we've got our system commands all updated for all the commands. Well, that's good. Right. This is where I'm going to do something a bit strange, because I'm going to do the client application. Now, I'll do client application .h. Don't want you on that side. I want you on this side. Okay, where'd you go? Ah, right, you want up. Here we go. After application, I'm just going to do void setup. You shouldn't do this, by the way. You should never do this. Setup. I'll talk about it in it, possibly in the next episode, because I'm going to leave it in for that. Setup. Commands. Although, doesn't need anything. So we'll have that as a new function of client application. And in client application itself, if I can have a click on it, thank you. Down at the bottom, we will have a new function. There you go. No, it's not network. Come on, we've been in there too long. Where are we? Client application. God, completely locked myself into that one, didn't I? There we go. And this is going to be a function which does set up commands, I suppose. Don't need that line. So remove those lines. And type in set up commands. There we go. You should never do that. That is bad code. But I'm doing it. A little bit to prove a point, I suppose. I'm not sure. Right. And also you shouldn't do this. Really? Should you? No. Okay, you can see what's coming up, can't you now? So we have client. It should all come up, otherwise we've done something wrong. The next thing we should have is server full. It's that one, not the underscore. All one word, and I'm just going to call it server. I'm really not going to be imaginative about this. I'm going to call it server full equals a new client : server full m_system commands. There we go. And we just do that. Literally. Don't do that, that'll be a mess. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that server full becomes server shut down. Right, yeah. Server shut down, that one. What am I doing? Just do that. Next one down should be client connect. And that one there. Yes, programming with copy and paste. I would advise you never in your life to do it, because one day you'll miss something like I'm doing. And your whole system will crash and you won't know why. Like which is what happens to me, and then I spend the next 24 hours trying to work it out. Client disconnected, next please. So in here we'll put client D. There we go. I mean, there's nothing really clever going on here. This is the whole point of using design patterns, though. There's nothing clever going on. It's just a pattern, and you're just repeating it and repeating it and repeating it until it becomes natural, and you program that way anyway. I try not to. Oops, wrong one. That's right, yeah. I try not to use patterns because they lock you into mistakes when patterns don't match what you're trying to do. I like to be able to think outside the box slightly. So client data, I want the whole words, please. The yellow ones. The actual classes. There we go. Just C, please. Make sure all these are lowercase. Yep. And the last one is client. How did that happen? Never mind. You see what I mean? There we go. Just check. Make sure everything's right. Yes, it is. Thank you. Copy. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's the middle bit. Server full. Server shut down. Client connected. Client disconnected. Client data. And client to client. Fantastic. That's that done. Done. That's it. Now, so we've done that bit there. I want to do a test, so I am going to take our network and I'm going to send user data. I'll do. Yeah, that'll do. Const char start data. Will it work? Interesting. There's the application. The application, what can we do in here? Right. That test is null and void. We don't have our network giving us our client ID, do we? There is a test at the bottom which I would normally put in. I mean, there is that there to do. Not overly worried. And we are coming up to a run here. Currently, what will it do? So, this is no good to us anymore. These lines are far from correct. That should be update, network update. Yeah. So that should be network, mnetwork, sorry, update network. So what do we need to do? We need to send and receive. At this point, I don't want to send. I just want to receive. I want to AFK out. So that we can get rid of. Would you send first and then receive, or receive first and then send? I think I would. Well, it's not going to come back fast enough, is it? I think I would receive and then send. Reason is, if you send data to the server, it's going to take milliseconds to come back. And my processor does a lot of processes per second. So it works on the millisecond tick count. So it can go through the rest of all of this. Then it can come back to receive the answer to whatever. Yeah, that's better. Receive first, and you'll have prepared your next send by then. You're always one behind. So you have to make sure that you know that. You're always acting on data that is one loop behind the whatever, the server. Receive data from server. And that will be network. No, it won't. No. Come on. _net work. What's Network Manager doing these days? We shall receive data. Right. Did I put the disjoint in? I think I should have done. Have I been through network? No. Whoops. Right, let's go for a quick... I think we're finished there, by the way. Sorry, client application. I just got distracted for a second then, and I think we're clear. Yeah, there's your network manager. Yeah, good. Okay. Goodbye. Thank you. And let's run through this quickly. So, sprint buffer, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Client, yep, quick, yep. Initialize network. Do we have the update in here? Yeah. Okay. So after initialize. There you go. M is connected, yeah. Magic. So start network, blah, 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 connected. That's going to produce some interesting results. Yes, it is. Okay, fine. Update network is going to give us the correct return. Good. Send user data. Forget that, will you? It's supposed to be %d from. We've missed it out on here. So we haven't got copy. We haven't got that bit in. M_ID. Comma data. That's the correct send. It's command by who data. Thank you. Yes, that works. Excellent. We can get rid of the \n. It's command by who and then who to. So that becomes toID again. I'm going to change it. We know the from ID. It's there. So I'll copy that, and that can go there. Thank you. And that needs another %d. So command from to. Let's do it properly. Data. Thank you. Thought through it properly now. I'm happy. Send. Good. Receive data. No longer a test. Okay, so let's have you lot back. blah, 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 blah. Yep, receive, blah, 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 blah. Command. While. Yep. And we're using number 4. I think I chose on the other one. So, if it was on server, wasn't it? New connection, disconnection, and this is receive data. Okay. Got to make sure they match up. That's the one I want, because it's got to fail. Okay. I need the same command because I want the same command to fail. Does that make sense? I'm expecting it to. Because that's where your problems usually start, is the failure of that command there. Okay, so I've got the command in. They're exactly the same one. The disconnect, client disconnect command. But we can act on it. Can the server act on it? Okay. Yes, the server can act on it. Good, yeah. Okay, in the privates we have send. So we do need our STD. Oh no, we don't. Sorry, my bad. If we are sending data, aren't we? So I may as well have kept that one up. It's the same. So send that block, that test. So after you, we'll have that block and that test. And I knew it was going to mess it all up, but I don't care. There we go. That worked all right. And under receive, yeah, we just need the block in again. And the test. And of course the block doing, yeah, okay, got it. So we receive while that's a 0, that's no longer a -1. V, and I want your mem test, that one. It still does it. I love it. Oops, does that look right? What did I do there? Z. Yeah. STD memset M buffer 0, buffer size out. Yeah, that's correct. Offset, yeah, good, correct. And buffer, good, correct. Let's do it. Everything's on client now. Can we please get rid of networks? You shush. Actually do that. That's always the best way to do it. Explorer's gone totally red. Let's find out what it is. Network. I've got a red blobby here. I've left in. Command. Yeah, that's right, because that is now blah 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 blah. Is it data? That's received data, so it's M buffer, isn't it? Is that correct? Receive data. Buffer. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There. Good. Right, so I've got rid of any possible errors. Let's just run a build task on it first, shall we? And see if we get the right things coming out here. So it's a client, yes. That's good news. There we go. So, happily got a server waiting. What happens if I try to run this? That happens. We get send : Interesting. So it goes into as a welcome command, and then it sticks. And that's the next episode. You thought it was going to work, didn't you? Well, no. Too many alterations, too little checking. So I'll just go and check through that I've done the correct alterations. Then I'll come back to you and we'll get this up and running, and Bob's your uncle will have a server client. Isn't that excellent? Take care. Catch you in the next episode. And above all, have fun.